Hi there, Leos. It's me, Priscilla B, and welcome to your spiritual warfare reading. Okay, so maybe you have been feeling like there's been some negative energetic attacks on you lately, and you're probably feeling like really drained from that. And it's understandable because it is a lot to be attacked with negative energy. I mean, there's no other form of attack than negative energy. So, yeah, I mean, I guess you could be attacked with lots of positive energy, and then it's like really awesome because it's like you weren't expecting it. But this is not the case, okay, Leos? Unfortunately. However, we are going to dive into this magical action spread that is going to help, hopefully, alleviate a lot of the stress that you are feeling around this negative energetic attack on you. Okay? So I'm going to be using the Runik Tarot. All right. And let's see here. Okay. A magical action is no different from normal actions. It is often a symbolic representation that is shaped by will and intent, and in turn shapes and affects the world. It is a symbol of real action and carries the same burdens and responsibilities, both ethical and facing the consequences of our choices, and in understanding the sacrifices needed by our commitment. So hopefully this will help you counter attack the negative energy that's been projected onto you. Okay. So up first we have representation of intent. This card is not drawn randomly, but it is chosen by the court. It represents what the court wants to achieve. Now, Leos, I went ahead, since you're not here with me, obviously, and I chose your card for you, and I chose this, the Queen of Cups. There we go, the most, okay, emotionally, keyword here, emotionally, intelligent card in the tarot deck. She is the ultimate. I mean, you could say that I guess you could arguably say the King of Cups is pretty emotionally intelligent. However, I do feel that because of the feminine energy that the Queen incorporates into her everyday waking life, I feel like the King is more of the he works in the shadows a little bit more so than the Queen. The Queen actually kind of think of like Hades and Persephone, okay? Like Hades definitely did not really love going out in the open a lot and out in the, being like, in the sun, right? He's kind of a vampire type energy. However, Persephone was able to travel between worlds, and I feel like this Queen of Cups, she is willing and able to go from her, shadow world, the subconscious, the dreams, the underworld, Death Valley, like up to the sunshine, right? Sunny, skies, Hollywood, LA type fun energy, okay? Think of it that way. Those type of vibes, okay, that she gives. And yeah. So this Queen, okay, let's see what's her deal. Let's see. What is she bringing here to the table energetically? Because this is going to be like your team right here. Okay, these cards are going to represent your team of energetic, I'm going to say like energetic tools and skills or whatever, however you want to describe it. Basically energy, okay? It's your team of energy here. You're going to have different types of energy. And this one is the Queen of Cups, okay? So, there's dolphins jumping around in the background here. The Queen of Horns feels their emotions deeply. They navigate the full range of experiences they bring to them. At their best, they are a lovely Toastmaster, chatting and building relationships with those around them. However, be aware of their wrath when their mood turns. While feelings and relationships are commonly seen as a feminine realm, we all experience emotions. It is time to let your feelings out. This Queen can help you reconnect to the feelings when you have forgotten. Use their empathy to remind you that everyone has similar experiences. You are not alone. Let the positive passions lend their motivation to your dreams. Let the negative emotions wash memories you don't want away. She's literally pretty much holding the cup here of water that's going to literally, once she pours this on those negative energies that are coming at you, like they're going to be washed away. They're going to be gone for good. Because she is like reassuring you emotionally, Leos, that you're safe with her. Like your emotions are safe. Your vulnerabilities are safe enclosed within her. She's not gonna, you know, and this can apply, this can apply to like pretty much any type of emotional situation where you are being open and vulnerable and you're questioning whether someone's intentions, Leo, are pure and honest and they're going to actually protect your sacred, emotional, vulnerable space. And I feel like in the past, you definitely have been energetically attacked in that realm, in that sphere of energy. So for the Queen of Cups to appear with the dolphins, she's pretty much saying, like, don't worry, I've got you. Like, your emotional vulnerabilities, that stuff is safe with me. Like, think of it like your secret's safe with me. Okay? Because that, when we're emotionally vulnerable and we're showing a very like intimate side to ourselves, that is a very like sacred thing. It is, and it should be respected and honored with dignity. So whoever holds that place in your life, in your emotional realm here of energy, and they've been gifted with that chance and that opportunity, they have to respect and honor that. And the Queen of Cups is saying, yes, I respect that and I honor that. Okay, so you're good there. If you were worrying about that. Now, deep empathy here, emotional power, seek your psychic gifts, indulge in your desires, find equilibrium. Okay, there is a reverse side to the Queen of Cups, and this is probably what you are feeling right now energetically. Okay, I'm not saying it's like a direct attack, but you're probably sensing that energy looming around you, kind of like a dark gray cloud kind of energy, and you're just like, okay, well, like, where's the silver lining? Okay, so unstable feelings, victim mentality, manipulative, erratic emotions and behaviors. The bind rune here, used to gain clarity from your feelings. Double water, spiritual power, inner strength, surging of emotions, Leo. Leo, you are a surge of emotions. Like, you're a very passionate person, okay, or soul. I want to say soul, okay, out there. You are a person, like you have a lot of soul in your personality. So for you to have like double water right now, it's like fire. Like, if that makes sense, it's almost like the double water like activates like so much here. And it's so much emotional intelligence is going into this like counter attack right now, so it's really good. It's actually really good. Representation of will. This card and the two that follow are drawn randomly after shuffling the deck. It represents the resources the coin can rely on in order to fuel their action and proceed according to their intent. We have the Fates, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, I feel like you have this in your back pocket. Like, you have the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Fates here. Like, you can pull this out any time you want. Okay, this is literally the past, present, future speaking to you right now, coming into alignment for you. They are asking you, Leos, what do you want to weave into your future? What do you want your fate to be? You get to decide that. Okay, so once this attack has been eliminated, okay, with the Queen of Cups, now is your time to really proceed according to your plan and executing your plan, okay, and your strategy to your own life. Okay, so looking here at this Wheel of Fortune, okay, so the Wheel of Fortune, so we have here the Wheel of Fortune. It's concerned with fate and the cycles that appear in the world. Fate is the intersection between time and circumstances. Some believe this is predetermined. others think that the gods and we can change it based on the actions and ethics of a person. When the card appears, we need to look at where we stand in relation to where that cycle is. In Norse mythology, the Norns were the ones who dealt and traded in the fate of everything. They lived at the base of Yggdrasil and oversaw the fabrics of each person's time in creation. Skuld wears red to symbolize the lifeblood measured out to each person in creation. The length of the thread is predetermined, amount of life each individual gets. For Handi is the middle, and she deals with the present moments of a mortal's life. She wears white to show the precious and innocence of a life unfolding. Herd tracks the fate each person accumulates and is related to the past. A sigil, also appears at the axis of the giant wheel. It is known as Skuld's net, or the web of weird. It is a name after one of the Norns, the one who understood the realm of the future in the interplay of life. This sigil looks like a woven piece of fabric. Skuld's net represents the past, present, and future events in your life. Norse calls this concept weird, and each person is given a personal destiny. Norse believed that every choice, every interaction made in the present affected the future. They saw the world and their actions as being interconnected. As such, the weave of the sigil depicts the complex and unending connections between life and destiny for all. Enjoy what time you have. Life cycles, natures, understand personal cycles, good luck and fortune, adapt to external forces. Reverse, resistance to change, bad luck and fortune. Learn to ride the waves, changing is constant, unable to move. Pair throw, chance, fate, opportunity, takes its shape from the dice cups. Vikings were fond of using games of chance, were among some of their favorite pastimes. Those who practice Sitter, would also use the cup to toss the runes to see what the outcomes of various battles or situations would be. It governs the laws of cause and effect and invokes the power of the Norns. All right. So let's take a look here at the representation of sacrifice. It represents the understanding that in order to gain something, something must be surrendered. Letting go can be as much as important to grasp. Oh, interesting. Wow. Look at this. We have the Lovers. You might have to sacrifice a relationship, Aries, that isn't working in order to gain this better future connection. Sometimes what happens with fate and stuff like that is that it's showing us that a connection is no longer working anymore for us. And this definitely pertains to someone you consider probably like a soulmate, a lover, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, partner, husband, wife, whoever you're currently being intimate with here, like, yes, there are lots of threads, there are lots of strings attached, I'm getting, but it is time to take fate into your own hands and cut those karmic ties, cut those soul ties, cut the cord. Like, you don't need to be any more woven in, threaded in to somebody's else's fate when they are clearly on a path of destruction. So I feel like for you, in order to get this beauty in your life, in order to gain this beautiful lover's energy, to find yourself again, to find maybe, you're looking for somebody to, be with in the future there, you have to let go of an ex, of someone who treated you poorly, break up with them, whatever, but you got to move on from them. Okay. Because you wouldn't want to sacrifice this. This guy would definitely, if this guy was with this girl, like, he would not want to give her up. Like, she's literally making a freaking rainbow. But there's somebody here, I feel like, that's going through a breakup where they're partnered with somebody who doesn't make rainbows. Like I said, that gray cloud, where's the silver lining, right? You're not going to sacrifice somebody who's always making rainbows and, like, showing this beautiful light and everything like that. Like, that's a beautiful energy. You want to be around those types of people. Right? Even if you don't end up, even if this is just like something platonic or whatever, like, you still want to be around people that are like full of light and love. And you can give up the light and love that you yourself were giving to someone who is not giving it in return. That's what the Queen of Cups is showing you. She's saying you were giving so much love and so much light to someone who did not deserve it, someone who is not reciprocating it. So looking at the Lover's card, 6. Again, to each its own. Like, if you want to stay with someone who's not bringing you sunshine and rainbows and all that, that's totally up to you, Leos. I just feel like you're so strong and so brave and so bold and so beautiful that you don't want to be with people that bring you down. You don't want to be with people that don't respect you. And I feel like you love to, like, be energetically entwined with, like, mysterious forms of love and, like, mysterious forms of, like there's something beautiful and earthreal about, like, yes, love and light, but also, like, the flip side of that. And then it's not like, but it's like on your terms. I'm getting like there's like a playfulness there or something, where you like playing in the shadows, but you don't actually hurt people. You know what I'm saying? You don't actually, like, go out of your way to, like, start spiritual warfare on somebody. Like, but then again, I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe somebody did that to you, maybe. But I also feel like you're trying not to be, like, a manipulative person. You're trying to be very emotionally mature. But if you're constantly around manipulative people, if you're constantly around negative energy, yes, sometimes you do end up being like that. So you got to watch who you associate with too, and watch and be careful about that. But anyways, this Lover's card here. Let's see. Okay. So the Lovers. In tarot, the Lovers represents a choice between two people. Usually each has an intense pull towards the other. Bragi and Indon are married in the Norse stories. He is the god of poetry. Poems and stories evoked emotional connections to those who craft and listen to them. The gods and humans love to put their ideas into the world as forms to celebrate and mark various occasions. Bragi is here to remind you of the sweet songs and poems that tug at your emotions. Endon is the goddess of eternal youth. She is the tender of the garden from where the Aries golden apples grow, Asirs. It is by her choice and decision that the gods are granted eternal youth from eating these apples. She could let one of them age if she were feeling spiteful, at least until Ragnarok, or whatever. Anyways, so balanced, give, take, connect, passion, enjoy time with others, unity, self-acceptance. Okay, so yeah. An unstable source in your life, loveless relationship, hurtful emotions, lack of proportions, forced into something. You don't want to be forced into something, okay? So you're definitely going to have to let go of that if you want to be with, like, a goddess who gives you eternal youth and golden apples, okay? Just saying, okay? Look for the signs, okay? Leos, look for the signs, okay? Now we have representation of consequences. It represents how the situation may evolve and change, and it points out the responsibilities of the corn for the good and the bad. As a symbolic act, the corn may carve or draw the runes if they so choose. We have the World card. This is your world, Leo. Okay, this is your stage. Okay, main character energy. And I'm not talking like egotistical, narcissistic type stuff. I'm talking like you have to take leadership over your own life, over your own emotions here. Don't let other people tell you how you're supposed to feel. Don't let other people tell you how you're supposed to act. Just be yourself, and you'll be fine. And the people who love that about you and respect that about you, they will follow you, and they will appreciate you. And even better than that, like, you will see, like, your peers appear. Like, I'm getting, like, you will see people that are very, similar, like, personality as yours. It's good to, like, it's good to hang out with, like, other types of people too, and, like, stuff like that. But, like, you want to find your tribe. I feel like, Leo, like, you're like, you have this very, like, king or queen type leadership energy. Well, how are you gonna, like, feel good about yourself unless you're around other people that are into that same, energetic power style of living? Is it kind of like a lifestyle choice, because some people, they know, they need to, like, I don't know. They need to commit. They need to like, attack innocent people and like ruin things or whatever. That's not real leadership. Okay. That's like little bitch energy. Okay. So you don't want to be around people like that. Right. So, you know, anyways, so the world. Okay. Let's take a look here at that card. So, yes. Okay. Here we go. The world represents the beginning and the end. As the final card in the major arcana sequence and in your reading, Leos, okay, it denotes a sense of completion and integration with everything. The story has been told, the lessons are learned, and it is time to close the book and move on. The world gives space to celebrate and integrate the new teachings into our being. Ymir was the first being to manifest in Norse mythology. They are hermaphrodite giant. Hermaphrodite giant. Jotun, and the ancestor of all other gods. The world starts with them, and it ends with them. Odin was born from the Jotun, direct descendants of Ymir. I'm saying all these names wrong, probably. Whatever. As the one who knows all, sees all, Odin was privy to things the other gods did not have. He knew magic, he could shapeshift, and he was also known for his cunning trickery. Odin was an accomplished warrior and a skilled storyteller. He also gave birth to many children and had a good partnership with his wife Freya. Reintegration, feeling complete, job well done, milestone achieved, giving back to your community. Reversed, mourning for things lost, fear of being seen, create better conditions in your world, let go of a situation. Okay, let go of the situation that's not working for you. Let go of the pain. Let go of the person that you were being intimate with, but they treated you so badly because they didn't care about your feelings. Now, once you let go of that, now you can integrate back into your own world. Now you can immerse yourself around people that appreciate you, that respect you, that understand you, that enjoy your company, that want to be a part of, this beautiful like world that you've created for yourself. And I feel like also at the same time, there are going to be like times where you might, want to like hide a little bit, like hide in the shadows. That is not typical Leo energy. Okay, that tells me that something's up, Leo, and you have to like be willing to share your feelings. You have to be willing to come out and talk about it. Like, it's hard to do, especially when you're like a very like creative, like artistic type of person. I know that myself, because usually what I'll do, instead of like speaking or talking about something, I'll like bottle it all up inside and then I'll channel it into some like artistic hobby or whatever. And like, that's cool, and I like doing that, and that's appropriate in some cases. We're talking about a development here of a lover's energy, okay? Where in the past you were hurt, in the past someone was not treating you right emotionally, and this really, really broke your heart. This really messed with you. So now whenever something that you actually want happens, now when something actually like you literally ask the universe for happens, you're like, your mind like is like blown, and you're just like, did the universe really just give me exactly what I wanted? And like, it will take you some time to process it because of that fear, of that mindset, like, oh, this could be too good to be true. Some things are not too good to be true. Some things just are true. Okay? Just be willing to accept that. And at least if you can't, be a part of that tribe that's being created around you, if you can't be a part of that group or that community or that collective that is formed around you, that actually wants to hold you up, that actually wants to support you, that actually believes in you, that actually wants the vulnerabilities to be a mutual trusted thing, then you do have to like say like, you're not ready for that. At some point you are gonna have to admit to yourself, like, I'm not ready. The cards tell me you absolutely are ready to get back out there, okay, to show up, Leo, and to be yourself, and the rest will follow. Because you are a leader, Leos. You're born to do this. You're born to lead. So I hope that helped. The bind rune here is everything is connected and has a meaning. The storm of creation, Hagalaz, gets its name from the hailstones its shape represents. Hail is a small force of disruption in weather patterns. When it arrives, we grab our possessions and rush them into the house for safety. This rune warns of disruption and asks that we prepare ourselves for change. It suggests that setbacks could appear and they are out of our control. The Norse cosmos developed from the slain body of Ymir as the foundation of the Norse pantheon. Ymir represents the potential and the void everything comes from and then goes back to. Ymir contains everything to make anything. They could disrupt the plans that we are taking place to destroy all creation and remake the world new. Hagalas is a vital energy in the runes. It gives us a chance to prepare for the worst of any scenarios. And that's the rune that you have, that you've collected. You have collected Hagalas. Okay? It is literally protection against a worst case scenario. And I feel like the worst case scenario is that you deny yourself what the universe is handing you on like a silver platter. If you want to take Hagalas and you want to like have this amazing, beautiful life where you're seen as a leader, where you're seen as, Leos, it might seem kind of corny or cliche, but as like a king, as, someone of true value to others like you, the universe is, here's the invitation. Here's your protection. Here's your tribe. Here's your community. So it's really up to you to decide if you want to be a part of that or if you want to go in a different direction and, maybe you need to be sad for a little while and go through all that. And that is totally reasonable, okay, given everything you've been through, okay? That is totally acceptable. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you've got this, Leo. You can do this, and you will have better days. You will see that silver lining. There's a beautiful future with a person that wants to give you like golden apples and rainbows, and that's very symbolic and metaphorical for like, power, strength. I'm sure there's like a spiritual meaning for golden apples and what they represent. Like obviously it's the Lover's card, so like love, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like romantic. It can be platonic love, it can be family love. There's different forms of love. So basically it's a rich symbolic fruit across myth, religion, and spiritual traditions, representing choices, desire, abundance, wisdom, and transformation. In Greek mythology, golden apples from the garden of Hesperides were symbols of eternal youth and divine power. Guarded by the Hesperides and a 100-headed dragon, in Norse legend, Idun's golden apples kept the gods young and strong. Okay? In the Judgment of Paris, the apple of discord sparked the Trojan War. These stories link the golden apple to temptation, divine favor, and the consequences of choices. Kind of like Helen of Troy. Like, she definitely, gave that guy a golden apple, and then, all hell broke loose. However, you have to decide for yourself if you're willing to, eat the golden apple. Okay, so Leos, that's my message for you. Look for those signs, okay? Love and light always, beautiful souls, and just those negative energies are definitely far, far away from you now, because the Queen of Cups made sure of that. All right.